What is going on, guys? Today we are going over Facebook ads, over the ads manager, Facebook ads, all of the tools, how to create an advertisement, all the different options that there is for Facebook ads, right? So without further ado, let's get right into it. So right here, I'm in the Meta Business Suite, right? Obviously, you have to get to the Meta Business Suite before you can access the Facebook Ads Manager platform. And there's two different ways to run advertisement, right? The people that don't really want to get too deep into it and they just want to reach some people out there on these platforms, all they do is boost the post, right? And you're probably familiar with this because on every one of your posts on Instagram or on Facebook, you probably get an option to boost the post, right? But as a marketer, as the owner of a marketing agency, I know firsthand that this is not the way to go if you actually want to get a bang for your buck, right? If you don't just want to throw your money out there and spend your money without getting an actual good return, then boost your posts. If you actually want to prioritize lowering your cost per customer and your cost per acquisition, then you need to use the ads platform, the ads manager platform on Meta Business Suite, right? So let's get right to it. You're gonna go to all tools right here, and then you're gonna go to ads manager, right? This is already after you have created an ad account you've already integrated your business pages. So this is a little bit ahead, right? So yeah, you go right into ads manager. It's taking a little while to load here, but here, boom, right to it, right? Here you have your different business portfolios, and then within each business portfolio, there is different ad accounts. You're allowed 2 ad accounts per business portfolio, right? So it's super simple. So boom. And then here you have different ad campaigns. You have different ad campaigns that you can customize, you can run. And there's 3 different levels. There's campaigns, there's ad sets, and then there's ads. The difference between these 3 different levels is that within a campaign, there's different ad sets. And within each ad sets, there's different ads, right? Within the campaign, you get to choose what kind of ad you want to run, whether it is an ad so you can get more leads, more traffic to your Instagram page, or if you want to send people to an on Facebook form or to a landing page. And then within the ad set, this is where you choose who it is that you're targeting, all right? It's where you choose who you're targeting, which areas you're targeting, and then which demographics, if you want to set a certain demographics, which demographics you're targeting, interest, and then whether you want your ad to run on both Instagram and Facebook, whether you want to just focus on Instagram, for example. This is where you really customize the delivery of your ad. And then within the actual ads option over here, this is where you actually customize your ad, right? You have many different options of customization for your ad. You have some suggestions that the platform itself tells you that you should do based on what they think. This is where you actually customize the creative side of your advertisement, right? Within the ads option. Let's run a little demo here. So first thing you're gonna want to do to create an advertisement is you hit create ad, and then you're gonna have different choices here. You're gonna have awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, app promotion, and sales. Pretty self-explanatory. If you want to get leads, if you want to get people to submit a form on your website, then you're going to go with leads. Typically, when I run ads for my clients, I always go with leads because we want the best type of conversions and we want the best results possible, right? So sometimes from my experience, if you pick traffic and then you run an advertisement, then Meta is going to prioritize just sending traffic to your website, right? It's not going to prioritize for people to actually convert into leads, right? So this is why I usually go with leads for the clients that I work with. But yeah, you can run an engagement campaign which also works, and these are great for getting people to message you. These are great for starting conversations within your DM, right? So as you can see, you have different tools, different ways to run your advertisements, right? So let's do an example one. Let's hit leads, right? So yeah, let's go with leads for now. I always want to go with the manual lead campaign because I want to have control of everything within my advertisement, right? So you're gonna hit manual leads campaign, continue, and then boom. So this right here is where you actually create the advertisement. This right here is where you actually begin to customize your campaign. You begin to add everything that you need in order to get to the final campaign actually running for you, right? So these right here, you see how there's 3 little tabs? Each one has a different purpose. The first one is the campaign, the second one is the ad set, and then the third one is the actual ad. Like I mentioned before, within your campaign, you can have multiple ad sets. Let me give you an example. If I go right here and I hit duplicate, now all of a sudden, within the same campaign, we have 2 different ad sets over here. So like I said, you can have multiple ad sets within each campaign, and then within each of these ad sets, right, you can have multiple ads. So if I go here and I hit duplicate, then all of a sudden, in this second ad set that I have over here, that I can name second ad set, now the second ad set has 2 different ads, right? So this is very important. Again, there's the campaign, the full campaign, and then within the umbrella of this full campaign, there's multiple ad sets with multiple different ads. Okay, so why would you want to have different ad sets within the same campaign? You would want to have different ad sets because, for example, let's say I'm running this ad and then I want to test out 2 different locations to see which location is giving me best results. Then for this ad set, for ad set number 1, let's name it ad set number 1, then I would focus on a specific city, right? And then for ad set number 2, I would focus on a different city. And then both of these ad sets would be part of the same campaign, right? Then within each of these ad sets, then I would have different ads. So you have the ability to have different ads within the same ad set because you can actually test different ads to see which ads are performing best within a specific city for this one campaign. So I hope that makes sense. And then so let's look a little bit deeper into the options of each ad set, right? So within each ad set, I recommend that you name them so you can actually keep track, because once you're creating a lot of ads, once you're creating a lot of ad sets, then the names can get a little lost. So make sure you're naming them right here. You can name them. And then boom, you have the conversion location. This means, what do you want the actual conversion of your advertisement to be? What is the end result? So then you have different options. You have instant forms, which you can generate a form on Facebook for people to fill out. You can have a website, so you're sending people to a website. Ideally, you're sending them to a landing page and then they can fill out a form there. So in this case, you're generating leads through your website. You have Messenger. You can send people with your advertisement. You can send people straight directly to your Messenger, and then you can keep the relationship going from there and potentially turn them into a customer, right? So then you have many different options here within the ad set level. And then here you get to choose which Facebook page that you want to use. Note that in order to choose a Facebook page, this page has to be part of your business portfolio, or if you're running a page for a different person, then they must give you access to this page. You have to review and accept the terms. And then here you have the performance goal, right? I always go with maximize number of leads if you are running an instant form campaign over here, for example. But you really want to make sure that depending on which type of campaign you're running, you need to make sure you have down the performance goal, because this is going to determine how Meta is going to actually run your ad and what people it's going to show it to based on what your performance goal is, right? So if your performance goal is just to get more traffic to your website, then Meta's probably just going to show your ad to people that might just click on your website, but maybe they're not as likely to convert as if your performance goal is actually to maximize the number of leads. So this is very important, and a lot of people get this wrong, right? Here, I don't really worry too much about the cost per result. You can pretty much ignore that. But then And then these are options that you can turn on. It's basically dynamic creative. They're helping, the Meta platform is helping you with the creative. You can turn that on, or if you want to have complete control of your own creative, then you can leave it off. Here you can choose the budget, right? So the budget is one of the most important parts to understand. You can choose either a daily budget. So here I have $20, then I won't spend more than $20 per day with a daily budget. Or you can choose a lifetime budget. So let's say you already know that for this ad you want to spend $500 and that's it. You can set a lifetime budget, and then Meta will just distribute your ad when it's best possible based on what they see out there. So the budget is important. Here you can set the schedule, when you want it to start, when you want it to end. And then here you have the audience control, right? This is super important as well. The audience control. Who are you showing your ad to? What cities are you showing your ad to? Are you showing your ad to just everyone in the United States, right? Here you have the option to choose your locations. So if you want to choose a specific city, here you can. You can also exclude specific locations. So if you want your ad to run in a certain city, but you want to exclude a certain zip code, you can do that here, right? So pretty self-explanatory. Here you have the audience, right? You can switch to original audience options if you want a little bit more control, or you can just have advantage audience and let the AI Meta tools find the right people for you, right? It's good to test out both. It's good to see what works for your business, right? With these platforms, you have to understand that every business is different. Every business is different. Every business has different assets. Every business requires something a little bit different, right? So boom, you can add audience suggestions based on the age, like I said, demographics, gender, detailed targeting, including people's behaviors, what they're interested in. For example, if you want to target somebody that's a coach, right here, for example, you can hit this and you can target coach. And even if you have advanced plus audience, you can tell Meta, oh, I want to target coach, but if you find people that you think might convert best, then I'm still giving you the option of targeting beyond my detailed targeting suggestions, if that makes sense. So very important to understand this. And then placement. So here you have placement, right? What you can do here is you can either choose Advantage Plus placements or manual placements. The placement is where your ad is actually going to show. Do you want your ad to show on Facebook? Do you want your ad to show on Instagram? Do you want it to show it within Facebook's audience network, right? So here you have the options. For example, if I don't want this ad to show on the Instagram feed, then I can toggle this off, for example. So this is placements. It's pretty much where you choose where your ad is going to run. So this is pretty much an overview of the Facebook ads campaign tool within the ad set level, right? Now let's take a little bit of a look into the actual ads level, right? So again, the ads level is where you actually take care of your creative for your ad. Usually you want to run different ads with different creatives to see which creatives are doing best. Then what you do is you leave the creative that's doing better, that's generating better results, and then you turn the other one off, and then you keep optimizing the best one, right? This is what we usually do for our clients. So here you can choose a Facebook page and an Instagram account, because again, you have the option to run the advertisement on a Facebook page or on an Instagram account. Again, so you have many options here. You can choose whether you want to run a single image or a carousel or a video, whatever. You can create within the ads section. Actually, you can create an instant form within this section, and the instant form can be super customizable, right? This is kind of what it will look like, and then here you can customize it. You can add different questions so you can filter people out and you don't get as much spam. And then after they fill out the form, you can actually send them to your website. So the on Facebook forms are actually very great, and I definitely recommend that you check them out and you test it, right? You want to test, A/B test. Send some people to your form and then send some people to your website. This is what we do. So This is within the ad level is where you create the form, right? You can connect your CRM, you can have different tests, creative testing, you can connect your website. So yeah, I'm definitely going to make another video to talk about more of the options and more about the ad set level options, but this is pretty much an overview of the actual ads manager and Facebook ads in general. It's a very broad overview, but I will get into more specific topics with different videos. So I hope you enjoyed this. And again, my name's Anier. My company is ARVMarketing, and let me know if you have any questions. Either put them down in the comment or send me a DM. I'm on every platform. You can find me on every platform. And make sure to visit my website, anier.com, and subscribe to make sure to stay updated for the next videos.